Hello. Thank you very much for joining me today. How you doing? Today I'm going to react to something that looks quite interesting, in my opinion, at least as an American. Inside London's most dangerous hood. Okay. All right. You know, what's kind of funny is as an American, when I think of like a lot of European cities, especially, like Western European cities, I just think they are very safe. There's like almost no guns. In fact, right now I'm going to search just cuz I'm curious, guns per capita in London. I guess I'll go by country. Just that's like a decent metric. Of course, now the amount of guns does not tell you how much crime there is. It definitely correlates to gun crime, but as far as like burglary and stuff, you don't need a gun to commit burglary. Anyway, my point is just to say, I understand there are still crimes in other countries, even when there are not a lot of guns. Let's look at for England. 4.6 per 100. Oh my God. There's 2 million. Wait, what? There's 2 million? That's actually more than I thought, but 4.6. That's per 100 civilians. Whereas here in America, there's more guns than there are people. Oh, but anyway. So I've never really thought of like a dangerous hood in London. But I'm extremely curious to see it. This video is 30 minutes long, so I'm probably going to skip through it. Try to find some, different parts. It's by Ola Lily. Ola Lily. Check her channel out, link down below. Let's get to it. Let's see. Okay, we got some like a little homeless encampment. Super common here in America. I mean, this is only one person though. More homeless. I am now curious to see like homelessness compared to America and London.
198.
It's like kind of an abandoned lot. Mandatory jabs. Oh man, what year is this? 2 years ago. 2021. World going crazy. I thought of those like anti-vaccination protests. There were quite a few happening here in America. I did not know that they were happening in London as well. I guess they were happening everywhere.
I don't like white people.
Or in a lot of countries, I should say.
I don't like fucking white people. She get a white man the big bag, and me, she give me the little fucking bag.
I couldn't even understand that guy, to be honest. There is a lot of breaking car windows here in America to steal. Not where I live, but I've seen it like, in like San Francisco or like LA and stuff. San Francisco. I don't know, a lot in California, to be honest. I think it's in part because they don't prosecute that crime very effectively over there. It's important to watch the entire video to get the full picture of the neighborhood shown. Yeah, well.
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you the most dangerous area of London according to the crime statistics.
Okay, so this is actually official according to the crime statistics.
When we look at the recent statistics, it is pretty clear what is the most crime-affected borough of London as of 2021.
So this is a borough.
and that is Croydon. This
Croydon.
year, Croydon scored the top place for the most violent number of crimes, including knife crime, antisocial behaviors,
Antisocial behaviors.
and vehicle offences. Not only that, but when we Google what the locals say about Croydon, it is not looking good, to say the least. People online call Croydon a crime-ridden slum, UK's ghetto, and a stain. They also warn you about the supposedly frequent riots happening in Croydon, and even kidnapping and stabbing. This will be my first time ever in Croydon. I haven't been there before, and
Oh man, she's kind of brave going in.
on Google Images and actually looks decent, so we'll see. We are now in East Croydon. Our first stop is going to be Fairfield because
At least it's not nighttime.
it is voted the most dangerous area crime-wise.
Wow. She's like, that's the most dangerous area. I'm going in. Let's see it. That's kind of cool.
These blocks of flats look kind of modern. These ones maybe not as much, but they look just like normal offices, to be honest.
Looks pretty nice.
I feel like articles always say, like, or people in general will say somewhere is scary, and actually you might visit there and you don't see that scary side to it. Like, it's all about experience, I would say.
So far I can't see it, but maybe if I lived here, or maybe if I was here in the middle of the night, it would be a different story.
Yeah.
But right now,
I think places are usually not quite as bad as people say, but on the flip side of that is that, like, when you find out, you know, like, it's when you find out that, oh, this is a bad part of town, this is very dangerous, it's like too late. You know what I mean? Like, something might happen to you where you're like, I should not have come here. Whether it's being held up, you know, whether at knife point or, you know, whatever. Interesting. And also, it's not nighttime here. Obviously, crime happens mostly at night.
we are feeling completely safe.
But with that said, like I was saying, the spectrum is kind of shorter than people imagine. You know, you're not just going to walk in and it's like, you know, a bloodbath.
You know, when I came here, I was expecting very rundown place with like walls falling off, a lot of garbage. So far, the more I explore Croydon, the nicer it gets. I am truly quite surprised, but I know this is just the park.
Funny how that works.
But look, nobody has destroyed it, nobody put graffiti on it.
Yeah,
You
that's
would
nice.
think if this place was so bad with crime and gangs, a place like this wouldn't survive. Right now, we are actually heading to West Croydon to Broad Green, which has been voted the second worst area in terms of crimes in Croydon. I know West Croydon.
A lot of graffiti. That's a cool mural. That's how you know when you're in a bad part of town, is when there's, not that there were bars on the windows there, but here in America, if you show up and there's bars on the windows, you should be like, oh, maybe we should, I don't know, reconsider where you go to eat or something. I'm always looking up the cheapest place to eat, so I'll pull up and be like, oh, that's why it's cheap here. This is yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll do it to save $1, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not smart. But I mean, for the most part, it just looks normal.
Yes, the government is working for Croydon.
Wow.
When I'm working, my father's working, my father is working. My government working even now. If you don't know 7 days at the street, that God rests on the 7th day. So they think that God rests and don't know when to get out. Imagine God rests every 7 days.
No idea what he was saying. He was nicely dressed. Looks like a nice selection of healthy food. This Croydon doesn't look so bad. This is kind of funny. Anti-vaccination protest.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. I'm just reading some of the talking points on here. What it's a wild time we live in.
For our third and fourth most dangerous areas in Croydon, we have Thornton. Actually, both of them are based in Thornton. One of them is Thornton Heath, and the other one is Thornton West Thornton. We will get into the vaccine anti-vaxxers discussion later. On the way to Thornton, we saw a anti-vaccination protest. We followed it for a while, but then we decided to divert here. I mean, look at all this rubbish here.
This is only rubbish that needs to be big.
We only just reached Thornton, and that was my first experience with it. That's why it's not so great. I personally think it's unacceptable to have so much rubbish in the capital of one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Why? Because people here pay so much in taxes. Yeah, this place is dirtier than a lot of poorer countries I've been to. Oh my god, here we go again. No, but come on.
How about this cafe? Does it look appetizing? Yeah, but
It looks scary. I want to be always 100% fair with you guys, and I mean, abandoned building. We would.
Yeah, you're gonna see that. That's another hallmark of a dangerous area is abandoned buildings. Shops that have closed up shop, houses nobody wants to buy. Houses are going real cheap.
not see that in our hometown.
And it creates kind of like a downward spiral effect where, there's less people living there, which means less businesses want to open up. It's not a good look for the place. So even less people want to move there.
Look, rubbish everywhere. I feel like it has its really bad parts, and then it has its very normal parts. But that's the problem if you live in this area.
I feel like that's how it can be in these type of cities as well, where it's like, one street, it's beautiful. Next street, it's like not.
I planned to come here on this day because I knew there would be a protest going on, or I knew to be in the specific place at specific time. I had no idea about these protests.
It was literally like a vaccine center. It was like a pharmacy. There was a massive queue of people waiting to get in to obviously get the jab, and then some people were arguing. They were just swearing and stuff, saying don't get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine. And then the guy was saying, can I say F off? Saying like F off. It's my choice, I can do what I want, and he wasn't very happy.
So that's the guy who was going to get the vaccine, basically.
Yeah.
So, political type stuff. I'm not sure if that's got much to do with it being a crime-ridden neighborhood.
Okay, maybe.
Why did you bring me here?
On the first sight, it looks like a very peaceful and chill area, and then you look further and there's a lot of weird things happening. Why is it smashed? A lot of these cars are totally smashed. Is that a Christmas? What can you see?
Stuff on the road. rubbish. There's a church here?
Why would the council let this happen in the area? I mean, it's pretty obvious. These clothes should end up in a clothes bank. Toys could also be donated. There's a kettle, whether it works, it doesn't work. It should not end up on the street. This is quite disturbing, actually. Hey, that's the reality. A pair of trainers that look half decent. Oh no. I suppose these are just...
It's kind of interesting. It seems like the rubbish, as they call it, is one of the main issues. Just disposal of trash. I'm not seeing a whole lot of homelessness. I mean, what's kind of ironic here in America, it's actually the rich, like a lot of the biggest cities, nicest cities, like New York City, LA. Those are the places with a ton of homelessness, in part because housing is so expensive in those places. So maybe that's why there's not like a ton of homelessness going on here. Okay, I'm finding, I found this other video, London Night Drive through Croydon. And to be frank, and it's a good thing, this does not stick out to me as looking particularly dangerous. It's kind of interesting. Like, I thought it would be more like an American, if you look up the most dangerous American hoods at night, it doesn't look like this. This looks well functioning, clean. There aren't like a bunch of rowdy people with obvious, drug issues happening and all this crazy stuff and police everywhere. This, on the other hand, just looks doesn't look too bad. Maybe we're on the wrong street. I don't know. But it doesn't look that bad. And maybe that just speaks to, like, there's just not much gang type activity. Not as much over there because of the lack of guns and stuff. And, you don't have a border like we do that has a lot of drug crossing happening over it, drug trafficking and all this stuff. There's a lot of gang related type crime that happens over here in America, and a lot of it happens in these type of cities. This looks pretty peaceful. I'm curious what you guys think. Maybe I'm way off. But this doesn't look too shabby to me. So I think my investigation is complete. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.